Many people feel that birthdays are their own personal celebration, but every date has history tied to it. It has an event tied to it. And I found in my own personal research that on December 22nd, my birthday, there was an event that directly ties to my family in Luzon in the Philippines. So today I'll be covering two events and why they stand out to me. During World War II, on December 22nd, the Japanese invaded the Philippines. According to EBSCO, Luzon played a very big part in Japan's strategic location for their border strat, which was designed to help dominate the Asian Pacific region. I also found out that according to Britannica, Japanese forces were using amphibious vehicles, which proved to be very successful, and they directly affected the civilians, the soldiers, and the food and trade. This does tie deeply into my family, and it was really interesting to learn more about how it affected them, and it was nice being able to tie it personally into my own history. Which, going into that, I also found another event that piqued my personal interest because I have a very huge love for classic horror black and white films. And one of my favorites was The Mummy, which just so happened to also be released on December 22nd in 1932 and was directed by Karl Verdundt and starred Boris Karloff, who was the main star. And I found that on this day, the website, Boris Karloff was born on November 23rd, 1887, and he was born in London, England. He originally had his breakout role as Frankenstein's monster in 1931, which was another great film that Universal put together. And right after that film, they used his name to help promote the Mummy movie after the media craze of the finding of King Tut's tomb. And he got that part. Just having his name on that poster alone definitely sold that movie. It really spiked the interest in it. And another fun fact about that was what made it so important was the finding of King Tut's tomb had the story of a curse of the pharaoh, which in that story, Lord Carnarvon and George J. Judd had passed away from that, which were two founders who had opened and discovered the tomb. I found that information on EBSCO, and Lord Carnarvon had passed away 5 months after finding the tomb, and George J. Judd had passed away 1 month after him after returning to the tomb to go visit it, which was really interesting to learn because I did not know that. I had no idea that movie came from a story about a curse. So, in conclusion, it's really cool learning that every day has a story, and you never know. You can research your own birthday and find out some really interesting facts. I encourage you to do it on your next birthday because it's a really interesting topic. My topics covered the Philippines invasion and how it directly affected my family and why it was so important for me to discuss. And after that, I went to The Mummy because it also was something that I was very personally interested in. And the history is more about dates than on a textbook. And it connects family, identity, and interest. So, once again, research your own birthday. You never know what you might find.
tape.